Hi, I'm Marcus, and I've been using GoPros since the GoPro Hero 4. The first GoPro I personally owned was the GoPro Session, and I've used every variation since that. So you can trust me when I tell you the GoPro is the best, worst camera ever made. This won't take long. For some behind the scenes, here at BCC Live, we use GoPros all the time. We take them in the water with swimmers, we ride off the back of motorcycles and shoot video that way. We go down the ski slopes, we have chesties, we have head mounts, we have extension poles. We've got all of it. And we use them all over the world. Along with all the rest of our cameras, we shoot all the time with the latest and greatest Sony Alpha cameras. We have shot with Red, we have shot with DJI, with Canon. You name it, we've probably shot with it at some point. So when I tell you that the GoPro is the best camera ever, you can trust it. And when I tell you that the GoPro is the worst camera ever, you can trust it. Why don't we take a minute and get into why exactly the GoPro Hero 9, 10, 11 are the best, worst camera ever. Out of the box, GoPro requires no manual, which is awesome. Just take it out, put a battery in, put a card in, start shooting. But once you've shot something, getting your footage is incredibly frustrating. Unless you intend to stay in the GoPro ecosystem the whole time and use the Quick app, the only way to get the footage off of your camera into your computer is to either take out the SD card, put it into an adapter because it's a micro SD card, which not the end of the world, a lot of things have micro SD cards, plug that into your computer, pull the footage off that way. Okay, not a big deal. This has USB-C. If I plug it in USB-C, can't find the files. Okay, you could also transfer it remotely to your camera with the Quick app, then transfer those to your camera roll, then take the camera roll and airdrop it if you've got a Mac. But it's just insanely frustrating. Now, taking a card out of a camera is not that big a deal. You have to do it with every camera that you shoot with. So why am I so frustrated with the GoPro on that front? Well, that's because of the peripherals. Let me first introduce you to the Media Mod. Now, the Media Mod is awesome. It adds an external microphone. It actually comes with a windscreen, but I've obviously removed them from this. It comes with a windscreen. The external mic is excellent. It comes with a HDMI out, so you can actually record externally or stream or whatever. It's got a 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter jack in, so you can add an external microphone onto these hot shoes, which is awesome. But now with the design of this peripheral, getting your card out has become an immense process. Now, natively, let's see if I can take this stack off without destroying it. You can see the different colors, by the way. This is a GoPro 9. The others are 10s and 11s. That's why the difference in color. So a normal GoPro, this has a pass-through door, but it's the same kind of door. You would open the door, there's your battery, and there's your micro SD card. Great. I can take that out, no problem. But when you add the Media Mod, which I'm assuming most people who add the Media Mod are somewhat professional, or at least want better quality. Now, let's say you're shooting out somewhere and you need to get this card off. You have to take the stick all the way off. I'm not making this up. This is how frustrating this thing is to get off. You can see here at the bottom, this is what actually connects to any of the external mounts. That's actually part of the GoPro. It's not part of the Media Mod. So in order to take the Media Mod off, and you have to take the Media Mod all the way off to get to the SD card, you have to put these down. That's why you have to remove the stick. Now, opening the Media Mod, no big deal. It's just like a regular thing. But you'll notice when I open the other door, the battery and the SD card were right there, ready for me to grab. This, because of the way it connects, is on the other side. So you literally have to remove the entire camera from everything to get the SD card out. Now, if the only issue with this camera was that you had to remove all this extra peripherals to get this SD card out. Okay, most people could probably live with that, especially if you don't put a case on it. It's pretty simple to take it off. But the other side to this is that your GoPro will freeze up. It will stop working at random. You will be getting your shot and you will miss your shot because you clicked the button and it didn't start recording. You clicked the button and it froze. You clicked the button to stop the recording and it froze. The only way to fix that is to hard reset it by removing the battery. So, as we previously mentioned, if you've got all the peripherals on it, there's only one way to remove the battery. Yes, if it's like this, you can remove it pretty easily, but still, I shouldn't have to reboot my camera all the time. It should work. These are on the latest firmware. This is not a firmware issue. They're not out of date. This is a GoPro issue. And as you can tell, we have a lot of GoPros. This is not an isolated incident. I do not have one bad camera. We have GoPros. So, is the GoPro even worth it? Well, even with all of the bad stuff, the GoPro is still one of the best cameras ever. It's small enough and portable enough that you can stick it in a pocket, a bag, a backpack. It's not really going to get in your way. Then you add on top of that, it's waterproof, it's incredibly sturdy. You can take it almost anywhere with you. Now granted, if you add a media mod, it's not waterproof anymore, pass-through door. But if you just have it the way it comes, waterproof. Just put it in your bag if you're going underwater, if you're going in rain, if you're going wherever, it goes with you. It has a very heavily saturated image, but honestly, it looks great. And it will look great paired with your more expensive cameras. Although sometimes will make them look a little bland, so you might have to up the saturation or down the saturation on your GoPro. And these are all incredible reasons to love the GoPro, but they're not even the best feature. Hands down, the best feature of the newer generation GoPros is the image stabilization. It's absolutely incredible. You can literally sprint with a GoPro and it will pick up a good image. GoPro has managed to pack stabilization into this body size that rivals some gimbals that we've used. And then if you add on the extra accessory, the Max Lens mod, which I don't have on any of these, but a Max Lens mod, which we have tested out, that stabilization becomes unreal. You can be on the ski slopes and crash, and as long as your camera is still pointed forward, it's going to look like you just set it down on the ground. It's insane how stable the horizon leveling is on the GoPro with a Max Lens mod. But even without that Max Lens mod, which is the way we use it most of the time, the stabilization is incredible and well worth the price. So as I've said many times before, this is the best worst camera ever. So where does it rank on the BCC report card? Well, first off, it gets the no manual stamp of approval. It's a really easy setup, really easy to just start using right out of the box. As far as an out of 5 rating, GoPro gets a solid 4 out of 5 on this one. It's still a great camera even with all its quirks, and its quirks aren't enough to take away from its high score. So finally, save, sell, or scrap. What are we doing with this? Well, I don't know if you can tell by all the GoPros that we have, but we're gonna save this one. We're gonna keep using GoPros, even with the glitches, even with the frustration of getting the cards out, even with all of those things, the image stabilization, the ease of use are all such benefits to this camera that we'll never stop using GoPros, and we'll probably keep buying new generations as they come out. So let us know what you think about the GoPro down in the comments. If you disagree with any of our points, or if you have any other points that you'd like to add on why it's the best or why it's the worst, I want to hear them. Also, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, and be sure to share it with your friends. Let us know if there's anything else that you want us to review, and we'll see you next time on This Won't Take Long.